Hi, Shelly Hartman here with Tree Hartman, coming to you live from the Blueberry Store, True Blue Farms. We're going to show you today how to use blueberries in some really unique recipes. What are we doing today, Tree?
Well, I created a blueberry jelly roll cake, is kind of what you could call it, and I thought I'd take some time to show you exactly how I do it, because it was very good. I served it at a luncheon that we had the other day.
Oh, and it was good.
And, you know, anytime you decorate anything a little cool, everybody thinks that you did something tremendous, but this is very, very easy.
It was good.
First of all, I took a angel food cake mix, and I made it. And I put it in a half-sheet pan, and that just fit it perfect. If you don't know what one of those look like, could you get one out of the top drawer there, Shelly?
Sure.
It's the bigger pan right there. It's this size, and the whole cake mix, just make it as it says on the box directions and bake it in the oven until it's nice and brown, and then let it cool. And once it's cooled, the tricky part is to get it out of the pan. So what you do is you take a kitchen towel, and this is one of my kitchen towels, and you lay it flat on your countertop, and you sprinkle it with powdered sugar. Not flour, but powdered sugar. That way it won't make it gummy. It'll make it a little sweet. So I laid this whole towel flat out, just like this. And then I took my towel and with the powdered sugar, and I just rolled it up. And what that does is kind of makes it into a roll already instead of hardening, because you're going to let this chill pretty much overnight. I made it last night, and so today it's ready to go. So what we'll do is just unroll it, take it off of the towel, and I also wrapped it up in tin foil just as an extra precaution, but you can use plastic wrap too. Okay, we discarded that. And Shelly, in my pantry, there's on the left is a sheet of parchment paper. I always keep these handy. I mean, I go through them like crazy. They're a nice, cheap little product. So anyway, what we're going to do is put our True Blue blueberry syrup in a container. What I usually like to do after I open it is shake it a little bit, because this is so full of blueberries that it kind of all settles up in the top, and then this way you get all the berries mixed in throughout.
That's a really good idea.
And I do that with most of the products. I either stir it, nice and rich. It's very good. You use as much as you want. I'm suggesting you about a half a cup, and Shelly, if you'll just, all you do is just kind of glob it on there pretty much. You don't want any spots missing, because this is kind of like your filling. We're also made a buttercream frosting that's going to go in it on top of this blueberry.
Does this go all the way through the
Yep,
whole thing?
The whole thing, every inch of it.
Okay.
So it'll take her a minute. So all I did was made a traditional buttercream recipe, and also I made some meringue cookies or decorations, but you can also purchase these at the grocery store. And this will be just for decoration. And this one's going to be a vanilla and blueberry cake, but you can put chocolate in the frosting, some cocoa powder, that would be fine. It would taste just as good. You need a little bit more, Shel?
Yeah, I think so. We kind of like it a little bit, you know, the blueberry part in there.
And you know, this is not really traditionally done this way, but that little extra fruit in there really just sets it off well.
Because you know blueberries are #1 in antioxidants, right?
That's right.
That's right. See, this way you can eat something that tastes really good and it's good for you. How's that looking?
A little bit more over there, and then you're good. And yeah, you know, eating blueberries in the traditional way, of course, is great, but incorporating them
Yeah,
into...
like they're not for pancakes and muffins anymore. This is why we gotta, you know, we like to do these shows to show people how to use them in a little bit different variety and different taste for everybody.
Now you can also put coconut in here, or anything like that, and you can help me out, Shelly, too.
Okay.
And just, we're not going to use it all because we have to frost it.
Okay.
I'm going to just kind of put a small, thin layer. And you know, if you don't have time to make buttercream, you can get the canned ones, and sometimes what I do is I'll get a can and put some Cool Whip in it. Just mix it up to lighten it up a little bit. Now keep in mind, once you do that, you do have to keep it refrigerated, just like with this one, because it is butter.
Okay.
Butter is thick in here. There's a whole stick of butter in here. Okay, now I'll demonstrate how to roll this up, because it is a little tricky. It's kind of like a sushi roll if you've ever done that. You take the end of your parchment paper and you just begin. Just put it like a eighth of the roll in there. Then you take your paper and you just kind of roll it up, but you keep your paper up.
Oh, okay.
And firm it in. Scooch it toward me. And firm it up. It's gonna just get thicker and thicker. Really nice. Okay. Now that is rolled. It kind of looks a little funky, but once you decorate it, nobody will even know what it looks like. And that is the beginning of it. Okay, now what we're going to do is go ahead and frost the rest of it. Like I said, you can do several different ways, and just as long as it all gets frosted, that's the main thing.
Wow,
And I do the end, the top, the end, the sides.
Now, is that a good consistency of the frosting?
Yes, it is.
It's kind of, it looks like, it looks soft, but it's still a little stiff, so that you can kind of spread it and it stays where it is.
So you can work with
You
it, that's
wouldn't want
right.
it, yeah, you wouldn't want it any thinner. You know my luck, it would be thin and it'd be drizzling on there.
And that's one reason why I said if you use the can, that you thin it out a little bit with the Cool Whip.
Just like regular Cool Whip that you would get in a tub?
You get the extra creamy one because it is frosting, and unless you're really watching everything you eat, but either one would work well. The
And then
fat-free
like
or-
you would just put it in a bowl like that with the frosting and mix it all together?
That's right.
Good to know.
That's right. And yeah, you need it to be firm enough to hold up. And as soon as I get done with this end, Shelly, you can start decorating with the meringue cookies.
Okay.
And by no means does it have to be perfect.
Shall I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And then you clean the plate up when you're done.
Yes.
Just a towel, wet paper towel is fine. And the other thing too, if you don't have the cookies, don't want the cookies, whatever, cocoa powder on top, a sprinkle of powdered sugar.
You could even do coconut, like if you were doing the
Yeah.
coconut fillings.
For Easter, this would be a great cake to make. You can put the green colored tinted coconut on it. Be really nice. And really, you can put tons of this frosting on because it is so good. And I would follow the recipe pretty exact, like I have it in there, because there's some time, and allow yourself some extra time to get it finished, because this has to set up. And like I said earlier, the cake has to cool.
And, you know, like you mentioned the recipe, you can find these on our website, theblueberrystore.com. And so it'll be featured when we do this recipe afterwards or before. Just look for the recipe for the blueberry jelly roll cake.
I wanted to show you the how to roll. That was the most important thing, because it is a little tricky. And there you go.